Artificial intelligence continues to evolve each and every day, and recently the first phase of a new AI service could transform the way that companies produce their goods. KX News' Lauren Davis has more as we lead local.
Helios Artificial Intelligence Incorporated is currently testing the beta phase of its AI service, which aims to predict ag supply chain disruptions before they happen.
Let's imagine you're Starbucks and you've got, hundreds of thousands of different suppliers from all over the world that you're importing, coffee, cacao, et cetera, et cetera. What we do that is so special in the space is we look at each of those, suppliers, and we call them each flow. And we immediately give them a risk score.
Once the risks are identified and suppliers are assigned a risk score, importers have the chance to mitigate the risks before they affect the supply chain.
We're able to say, hey, you got to focus on these 3% or 4% or 7%, because these are the ones that are most at risk of not being able to give you or produce what you've contracted out. And then you can click into each of those and we'll tell you what's driving that risk, right? Is it climate issues? Is it economic risk? Is it political risk? Is it ESG risk?
Martin Reyes says being able to know what issues may arise ahead of time could help put a company at an advantage. And an NDSU extension specialist agrees.
Having that information could be valuable in that you might be able to do something to say buy the grain you would need in the future today at a lower price before it gets a chance to rise in price because there's a shortage of it.
But Biermacher also says, while artificial intelligence is smart, there are some things it might not be able to predict, like the global pandemic and the war in Ukraine.
Here everybody's got their predictive models for yield, and they've got Ukraine's a big wheat producing part of the world. It's the largest in the Odessa region. And that big producers. And now all of a sudden there's a war, and what does it do to the price? Price of wheat skyrockets, price of all grains skyrocket because of the uncertainty about what that wheat crop's going to look like.
However, he says overall there is a value to being able to predict situations with AI, even though there will always be people who may use that information to take advantage of a situation. For KX News, I'm Lauren Davis.
Martin Reyes says in about 6 weeks, the beta stage of Helios will be finished and catastrophic events such as floods and hurricanes will be added into the AI's processing. Anyone can access and use Helios by going to their website, and we have a link where you can find it at kxnet.com.